He's back. Back again. Welcome in, everybody. It's question and answer night. Little bee. Hello, my dear. Right back at you, sweetie pie. How's it going? Doing okay? I got me some ice cream. Got some coffee. Having a little chit chat night. Welcome in, everybody. It's time for the ones that sit in the back to move up to the front. Confirmation. Should I knock back? Yeah. No, I have not. Clearly, I've not seen it yet. Let's check it out. Get me curious. How's everybody doing tonight? Come on. Say hi. We got 6 in the chat. Mm. Is this going to make me cry? I have a feeling it might. My other pair of glasses broke, so I had to get my other ones. I like these ones better, but it's a little more. Should I read it? I think I should. I'm going to start with Kimberly's. And this is a post on my 10,000 reasons. Into the wild. Welcome in. All the way from Ireland. Thank you so much. So I posted on my page, my community page. I want 10,000 reasons. I've made a have I made a positive impact in your life? Have I maybe saved you from illusions? Yada yada yada. That post. If you got to go take a look and put your mark on it. So far, we've got Kimberly here. Your I don't give a fuck attitude with your genuine compassion is priceless. So, thank you so much for that, Kimberly. And Little B, she's got on here. I personally witnessed you saving many lives. I have also witnessed you completely change some of the rudest, most nasty people into humbled human beings that totally turn their lives around. You have single-handedly brought so much light to this world, literally. You're touching lives, changing lives, and saving lives on a fucking global scale. Not to mention the safe space you created for all who seek the truth, seek guidance, and some just seek acceptance and love. We have that on your channel. We are a family, a soul tribe, a wolf pack. I, along with other 10K Q for you, I am honored to be part of this spiritual family, but even more honored to be your friend and soul sister. God, squad love, and protection, always. Aw, little bee. That touched my heart, honey. Thank you so much. All the way from the UK, welcome in, Polly and Dot. Hope you're all doing well tonight. Yeah, I put the cards down for the evening. So, I don't know, count this as like a coaching session if there's any type of questions you might have, relationship issues, whatever the case may be, life questions. Mark this like a coaching session, I guess, or just a question and answer. If you got questions, feel free to ask. I do warrant to pass on questions, on answering certain questions. So you can ask about your life, you can ask about me. Welcome in, Christine. Hope you're having a good evening. Just in case you're wondering. Hey, Bree. Welcome in. So there very well could be channel messages coming in tonight, but not using my cards. It's a card-free night. No, Curtis. I haven't ever touched stuff in my life, and I won't ever touch it either. It's a disgusting habit. Hi, Cheryl. Folly, what's going on? Hey, David. It's just a chit chat tonight. No cards. Hey, Pure Gold. They never. Okay. Let it bring you comfort that they are very much at. They're no longer in any pain. The first one that passed was actually quite close to you. The second one was slightly distant due to location, I think. It's either or. One of them lived farther away than the other one. The one that was closest to you is now your guardian angel. And you'll know this by the confirmation of synchronicities that you've had happen since she passed away. Hey, Dustin. Family. She's telling you to be strong. And you might have had some sort of senses. You seem to be a little bit more sensitive to energy around you. This has a spiritual inheritance. Your grandmother was very gifted and spooky, but that's what created the mystery, and it kind of built and it solidified the love and also the respect. Wasn't a woman to be played with. She liked a good practical joke, make somebody laugh, but she was there to protect you in times of need too, as well. hmm Let these experiences give you strength. She did not die. She's very much alive. She's just not in the physical. You also have a young boy near you as well in the spiritual. I don't know who that might be to you. She's very much around. Like I said, she's telling me to be strong. The other one, she was very tired. She had quite a few health issues, and she was already an old soul to start with, and she was just tired of it. So she was at her end. So she's now back at source. She's resting peacefully. No more pain. And she's also telling me to tell you it's exactly the way she mentioned it. She said that you'll know exactly what that means. And my intel on that is at one point you guys were talking about the afterlife and what it might be like to go to heaven. She's like, it's just as I pictured it. Rev, what's up, boss? Sure, why not? Make it a latte. You're thinking in your head, how the hell does he know this? How else could I know this if I'm fucking tapped in? People think I'm a fraud, but they can go bite some bark off a tree. It looks good on you. I'm not a fraud. Do you think I'd be on here? No, I wouldn't. It's because it's being said to me. That's just the way it is. It's been my whole life. At first, I couldn't figure it out. At first, I didn't know. At first, I couldn't wrap my head around it because I was too young to understand. And here I thought these were nightmares, and here I was in a situation. Meanwhile, some of them had just been burned in fires and different other things, and they took on the reality of their environment when they passed away. It's only when they find out that, okay, I'm actually dead now. Okay, so, and then they transition into their spiritual form, which puts them back at their prime. Go back to source as their prime. And each higher level that they get to, they turn more into energy than their spiritual or physical self. The closer I get to having the baby, the more I miss it going to be. The more I miss that she isn't going to be here for this one. Pure gold. Stop talking like that. Don't even think for one fucking second that she's gonna miss that. Did I stutter? Did you hear what I said to me or what? I don't stutter and I don't say shit just off the top of my head. And in fact, she's actually laughing at you because you were always one to talk yourself down. You were always one to self-sabotage. You were always one to, uh, you were always one to play small and go big or go home. No, that comes to mind. You might have heard that come out of her mouth several times. She's definitely going to be there. So you're not going to miss a damn thing, and neither will she. Like I said, she never died. She's very much alive. Well, she still is. She'll be there till the day you pass. And she'll be the one helping you cross over. So live your life in her honor and make her proud. That's all she's asking. And stop talking shit. Stop talking yourself down. If you want your spiritual inheritance, you need to work for it. You need to prove to her that you deserve it. Do you have a sister? Because she's saying that she doesn't. You and her don't get along all that well. If anything, she would rather you to have the spiritual inheritance than her. Because she's saying that she would take you to a dark place rather than you. It's got to go to somebody. So shape up or ship out. You have aunts and uncles saying that your bloodline needs you. Hey, Taylor, what's going on? She's more of a nature person. She didn't really like music. That's what she's saying anyway. And if there was any music she listened to, it was something that she could at least dance to. Soul Soother. Dun, 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 dun. So soother. What's going on? Hey, Anna. Thank you. Favorite CCR? Left a good job in a city. Just hanging out tonight. Seeing if any messages come through. So far, so good. Doing all right, doing all right. It's been a kind of a chill time the last little bit. The energy's finally breaking, and I don't know, all I hear is frickin' celebrations in the ethers. Although, things are trickling down slowly. It's the perspective that you're holding with it, Therapy or Gold. You need to get out of your head. You need to focus on your plan and your mission instead of getting distracted by stupid shit. Time's a wasted. Getting caught up in the drama. Not the best, but it happens. It's the whole thing on recognizing it, and that's collectively. Um, Knowing what to put your energy into and what not to. The current status quo is just certain things are trickling down from the 5D, and things are at the precipice of something pretty monumental, and you're just gonna have to brace yourself. Hey, Josh, what's going on, bud? Mr. Ernest, Maximilian. Hope everybody's doing all right tonight. I don't know. I don't know exactly what that is. And Spirit says none of my business, so it is what it is. For all the people out there that are watching that think that I need to turn to God for healing, I don't know. Just don't get it. Just don't get it. You say you do, but you don't. I don't know. It's like everything I say falls on deaf ears. Everything I've worked towards falls on deaf ears. How do you think I'm even here? Anyway, welcome in, Psych. It's kind of like showing up late to a silly hat party without the silly hat. That's the best way to put it. A little bit, right? Do you want me to ask her what it is? Can you just stop with that? Telling turn to God? You have no freaking clue right now. Okay? You have no idea what you're even talking about. If anybody, you need to turn to God. Because you're running scared right now. Like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. You're running scared. I can feel it. Archangel is, this is putting it lightly, he's my right hand man. Okay? He's one of my main protectors. And I love him dearly. Because I have access beyond the veil, I have access to the upper and lower realms. And this is how I channel. This is where I connect to. This isn't evil. And I respect the connections that I have. And I have protections because of the connections that I have. Because I give honor to their existence. And for somebody to come into my chat and tell me I need to turn to God, I work with the divine light. The divine light is what moves me. And I don't fear the divine light. I have nothing to fear of that in light. So when I work this energy on an everyday basis, why would I need to call on it for healing if I've already healing? Sure, you're good. Everything's gonna go smooth. Everything's gonna go smooth, Josh. No worries. Just pay attention. Keep your eyes open. You got good reflexes. You'll be all right. All right. So, give me some questions. What's going on? My channel is tapped, or should I just do a channeling? A channeling collective into the source consciousness. I don't know. He's lonely. He's lonely. He's bored. He a little obsessed. I my distance. Fire Daddy Tarot. Well been, buddy. How's it going? Well, what the hell are you waiting for, Todd? Get on it. And don't get me about this anxiety and stage fright. It's a channel. You're behind your phone. Can we have that in English? I'm sorry, I know your language. I'd have to go into like my fifth lifetime and figure it out. Onion soup. Onion soup. Parmesan on top. Oh, Ryan, my goodness. Oh, if you got Facebook or Instagram, you can reach out to me. Same name, different, whatever it's called, whatever social platform. Match up the picture. Remember that fifth lifetime. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Once you get yourself healed, once you get yourself to the point where you're good within yourself and you've taken care of your trauma, then you start going beyond your first memory, right? You go back and you can go into your other lives that your soul had. And I'm not going to go into my past lives. That's my business. One day, one moment, one breath at a time, their soul. Be, be good to yourself, be compassionate to yourself, and take it easy to yourself. Who was there first? You or them? Emily, come out to play. You're allowed to stay. You're welcome here to hang out and movie short society. That's hilarious. For everything else, there's MasterCard. That was priceless. You might be an energy channeler too. The sound of my voice. Harry, hang on a second. Connected. There we go. We are back. I would quite possibly get applying if you don't got your own business or whatever. Get applying to another place in another city and see if you can get an affirmative on a job. Focus on getting an apartment and getting a plan together. Don't just jump ship because if you end up holding them accountable, you have to really kind of take into consideration that narcissists, as damaging as they may be, they're absolute cowards. Okay, and they try to make themselves out something that they're not in order to project and deflect and distract. So they're absolute fucking cowards. You end up standing up to them and calling them on their shit, yeah, they're gonna swing, they're gonna fucking hit, they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. But if you're speaking truth, like, come on. The light always wins. Once you shed the light on their situation, it's just they haven't healed on their crap, right? And it's literally ate them alive. You're not person, right? You're the one that's reacting to their bullshit, right? And now they're making you look like the fucking crazy person. No, you're not the crazy person. Don't even think that. Just stop reacting. Lead by example instead. Be the bigger person. Be the better person. Just do better. Do better. And if you can, just ignore them. Gray rock them. Because if it gets to the point where they're going to be in your face and harass you and all this stuff, log it down. Everything that comes to mind, even your is spot on. It'll keep you 10 steps ahead. But you have to take that into consideration. The more they can project their insecurities onto you, the better it is for them, right? And the less you take in as gospel, like everything that comes out of them is an absolute lie. There's not an ounce of truth that ever comes out of a narc's mouth. And I'll even tell you, no, I'm being honest, I'm being truthful, and you did it. No, they're not, because they're keeping out something of the story, and that's just the way it goes. And even if they tell you the truth, it's just a fabrication of the truth. It's a deflection, so that way you don't find out the truth that they're trying to hide. And by doing this, it's giving them some sort of illusionary power to say that they are in control, right? They're in control of your perception, the way you see things, because that's the way they dictate, and they expect you to trust them with what they say. Doing all right, Irish. How are you? One day, one moment, one breath at a time. It's a question and answer kind of night. Your mama needs to heal, is what she needs. There's a lot of shit she needs to get past first. Be compassionate, but take no shit. Yeah, that's what he wants, Ryan. That's exactly what they want. And you know what? By you not reacting in the plan that they have schemed up in their head when it doesn't go to plan, they're going to lose it anyway. They're going to snap. Then that's when you call the cops on them, right? The only difference is when they snapped, they were sneaky about it and tried to take me out of my car, which it didn't work because I just drove it around the block, and then that's when the spring fell out. But that spring was supposed to fall out on the fucking highway, right? But because they sabotaged my job a month prior to that, yeah, I didn't even have a job to go to. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot about the whole situation. They should have sabotaged my job after the fact that I rolled over in the car and killed myself. But no, that didn't happen, did it? Archangel Michael was right alongside of me the whole time. I know you're watching. Oh, you didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why you're blocked. There very well could have been a situation that one of my mods that went crazy might have blocked you. So I don't have anything against you. It's all good. Sorry about that, everybody. There are no mods, and they haven't been back in the chat since. So I don't think they'll be coming back because they've been found out. They've been banished. Yeah, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be just fine. People are facing judgment. It's all being done secretly behind my back. There's misdirected mail that I did not receive somewhere out in the waves somewhere, and that's why I'm not at a certain situation because apparently I was redirected and uninvited. It's supposed to make me look bad, but I'm sure that will garner the attention of certain people that will be questioning this whole situation on how it happened. The fact that I have to go into hiding and be at a undisclosed location. Yeah, I can't even get fan mail. It's so up. It is what it is. Welcoming everybody, jumping in on the chat. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Red pill. You're asking questions I've already answered, my friend. You need to find peace within your heart. I don't stutter unless I have to, and I don't like to repeat myself. Thank you, Susan. Well, and sorry about that. There's days where I wanted to get up and get out, and Spirit said, "Nope, nope, you're staying home. Nope, you're not going out anywhere." And I'd even asked my cards to confirm it, and they're like, "Nope, you're not going anywhere, and you're staying put. Danger ahead." Like, okay, I'll just stay home. So then I just sit at home and I meditate, and then I'm picking up on different energies, and then different people are coming to mind. They're within my vicinity. I can pick up different energies that I've connected with. And some of them are projecting, and I'm having to block that shit. Some of them are wanting my attention, and I'm just with other things. So, Red Pill, you just need to have a little bit of faith in yourself and beating yourself up. Stop being so damn hard on yourself. Think so, do there. All right, have a good shift there, Josh. Well, Red Pill, if you want to talk about it, talk about it. Talk. I don't know. Is the audio fine, everybody? Can you hear me? It's on Wi-Fi right now. I could put it on data. I don't know if that would even matter. Audio good? All right. Could be on your end. Bree, you think you're in progress, but you are. You're thinking you're still spinning your wheel, but you're not. Because you're building on yourself. You're building gravel in those ruts. You're going to be getting to the point where you're going to be fuckwithable. And you're getting into that unapologetic, I don't give a fuck kind of, I'm going to live for myself kind of attitude. So you're on the right track. I'm getting goosebumps on my shoulder. I don't know what that's about, but it's something to do with your husband waiting on something. So I feel that's a good thing. It's going to be weight off his shoulders, I think. So I think that's a good thing. It's a physical recovery you need, okay? If you want to reach out to my personal Facebook or Instagram, if you have it, we can talk about it. But that's the whole thing. If you've been here for the whole chat here, and if you've been around there, Red Pill, die. We don't die. I've had meetings with the Reaper. I know all about it. He is the main he's the main transition specialist, right? He's the one that comes to get you when you pass away, right? But he works with the lower realms rather than the higher ones. So it's either him or an angel or a light worker. There's transition specialists for each one, and I work with both sides. Riding the veil like a badass. I'm curious. I am curious. Thank you. I am working on new music, but I'm not going to say damn thing about it. Not yet. Okay, what am I looking? Yes, I am curious. All right, let's take a look. La-di-dee, la-di-da. La-di-dee, la-di-da. Hell, it's not what I wanted. Let's see what it says up at the top. It doesn't even have it up at the top. Well, that's kind of dumb. Anyway. I was staring at the door like she was looking at someone while she passed. I know someone's to take you. Yeah, it was her mother. I'm working on it. Baby steps there, Abdul. And babies. Try it with my tablet next, but yes, I will check it because I got my messenger on my phone and it's currently being used right now. Good. Swollen knees, one leg fell backward. Hit my head hard. I felt startled. What? Yikes. Did you ever thought about maybe putting on a close suit and just sticking yourself to the wall at night? That might help. Maybe the ceiling, the room. Just a thought. Or maybe just go and sleep in a bubble with a couple pillows, maybe a couple bean bags. It's just a chit chat. I'm not taking out my cards tonight. Ryan, just don't engage, dude. Don't engage. Ignore it. And if there's any type of harassment, just call the authorities. Call the authorities. Let them deal with it. Just do not engage with it. This person's harassing me. Get them to leave me alone. Because if I deal with it, you might need an answer. So it's better that you just deal with it. Me not engaging is for their better health. My health is perfectly fine, but I'm not engaging. I'm just trying to protect them. Matt, thank you so much. Well, she's probably, and she's probably telling you to pay attention. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful, pure gold. It wasn't your time yet. Yeah, no biggie, Matt. I'll be in touch with you. Just throw whatever question you have in the inbox if that you I haven't checked yet. So if that's what you've done, then I will look into it for you and get back to you. And then if you want to follow up and have any type of feedback, we'll connect. But are you, Ryan? Are you really scared of them? They're a coward. Doesn't matter what size they are, they're a coward. They're an empty shell, okay? Don't judge a book by its cover. Total empty shell. And although they may lash out, it's very empty. It's because they're in pain, it's because they're hurting. So as soon as you start looking at it that way, you can see from a different perspective. And they don't know how to express themselves, right? So maybe level with them and just say, you know what, whatever you're dealing with, clearly you're having a hard time expressing yourself. And if you actually want a legitimate sounding board to talk, then great. If not, then leave me out of your projections and bullshit. Simple stuff. Otherwise, if you actually have something legitimate to say to me, then say it. Otherwise, leave me the fuck alone. Simple stuff. What? I don't like it, Matt. I don't like it at all. Todd, go with your heart. I'm jumping through the comments, guys. I'm like not even on par and in sync right now. I'm looking back in the comments because there's a whole solid one. Hey, Gabriel. Go shoot the door alarm on my mom's door. Sleep apnea and slept well too. That's actually a good idea. And then the main reason why I call him a coward is because he just doesn't know. He wants to hold on to the shit. Like it's a face mask. And it's like, it's really not a face mask. You know, he needs to brush it off and be finally done with it and step up and out of that pile. I don't know if you have the courage to help them with that. Narcissists usually don't want to heal, right? But you have to hold them accountable and then they have to sit with it. But it makes it next to impossible for them to reflect because that's not what they do. It's like telling a fish to breathe out of water. I think the only way that it's going to happen is if we do a big old exorcism. It's the only way we're going to free ourselves. It's already happened in the upper realms. It's trickling on down. It's going to take some time, but they're going to scurry. They're going to scurry and scream and say, "Oh, I'm melting," but whatever. No mercy. They either heal or they're going to end up a puddle under a witch hut. It's the way it goes. And that's just adding a bit of magic and humor to it. Maybe I'll do a little fire scrying tonight. Just a little bit. Little California white sage. Yeah, you're not kidding. A video doesn't do it justice. No, I know. I'm glad you liked it. Todd, what do you want me to focus on? Wherever the hell you want it to go, Todd. That's where it's going. Whatever you're going to do, whatever you're going to focus on, it's going to become you. You are the painter of that canvas. You are the captain to your ship. It's not about me, it's about you. It's always been about you. Sometimes you just need somebody to shine the light. Take me to Lita. You are the Libri. What are you talking about? Great flash of light of transformation. Please let me see into the ethers of knowledge, of wisdom. Is there any messages that you would like to bless the collective with? It's only up for everybody. It's only up from here. It seems there's great celebrations happening. It's look dreary right now, but there's going to be celebration, and on a global scale. The tables are turning, and quite frankly, they're being flipped. The collectively, within the next 3 to 4 months, is going to go through a major release, and this is on an emotional plane. So if you haven't done your work, like I've been telling you for the past 10 months, it's going to be extremely grueling for you. If you've been stubborn and set in your ways and sitting there laughing at me and mocking me, I guarantee you're in for a rude awakening. And it's late now. You might be good under pressure, but it's not this type of pressure. Only the strong will be surviving on that. Only the ones that still have within them, but have not basically sold themselves to darkness. The darkness will flee. It already is. The magic will be turning to this realm in existence. And it is requiring us as a collective to be very selective on our thoughts. Because we are coming into a time where our thoughts will become our reality a lot sooner than it did. And this is why the darkness is being left behind. You have to be within that perfect love and perfect trust in order to go into the next earth, into the new earth. So the people that have decided to do the work, get ready. Your wildest dreams are about to come true. So be patient. All the work you did was not for nothing. All the healing, all the courageous healing you did, the diving deep into your subconscious and working through your pain and trauma. Source Energy is proud of you for completing that part of your mission. Coming into a and being born Being born into a karmic family isn't the best way to jump in on this reality. And because you don't remember when you come in, it's very debilitating to your spirit and to your soul. But it also is a training exercise to strengthen you and create a resilience within your essence and DNA. It's part of your upgrades. So sometimes the life that we come on is a little bit more chaotic than we wanted to, but it's basically to basically sharp and fine tune our already abilities that we're supposed to tune into. So it not only makes us sharper and more sensitive and more on point, it brings us to the reality that that's a distraction to your mission. And everything that you happened in your life is in direct correlation to your mission that you forgot when you came in. So, and most of it is basically to get us to stand in our power and realize that the ones that have been missing out on something, like there's just, you can't put your finger on it. Like, why is all this shit happening? It's because you're supposed to remember that you are here to a different reality. You are part of the ambassadors bringing in the new earth. Everything will fall into place once you open your mind to the possibilities that everything that you've been through is actually happening for you rather than to you. And once you connect dots, you'll know that there's definitely some sort of divine energy at play. And that the whole idea of God is actually the divine light. And God was a man made construct in order to bring it to the 3D reality in which we live. But being that this divine light is pretty well invisible to the 3D reality, because that divine light is what gives you life. It's that electromagnetic frequency of your heart, that same electromagnetic frequency that's within the air, ethers. It's all connected. It's all happening. The plane of transformation, take me back. Is there any messages from the world that we need to take into consideration? Wow. Okay. If you've been in my chat before, you heard my synopsis on the difference we've had within Mother Gaia. We've been through 4 different cleansings so far, and each world that we've lived, which is having many different eras, many different seasons, many different days, months, and each world is dictated by a different calendar. And the Mayan calendar was one of the first calendars used on the earth. And the Mayas from the first world. Then there was a great earthquake, the great hurricane, the great fire, and the one that we know of within our history of paradigm is the great flood. We are currently going through the fifth element, which is the element of creation, which is the element of spirit. It is the element of the soul, of the living body, of the living energy. This living energy is to all things. It's what gives life. Each season, I'll call them, considering there's 4 seasons, and I've just got to download, there will be soon a 5th season that we haven't even found out about. And that is going into the new earth. It's a little bit of a sneak peek as to what's to come. Each era had an elevation of consciousness to a different degree. The first era within the earth with the earthquakes was the consciousness of the mind. The second era, which was the hurricane, which was the construct of communication and language. The third one with fire was transformation and the Iron Age. And the water is one of emotion, learning how to love and be loved. It was a time of self-worth. And now we are going through a time of spiritual enlightenment, finding out the true essence of where we come from and who we are and why we're here in the grand celestial mission of consciousness. The ability to be in a perfect image of the Creator and experience life in the fullest of extents of understanding and feeling, wisdom and knowledge. And instead of being an electromagnetic frequency, being able to be manifested in such a form that can be inspired to create and have purpose and have meaning and to give life to imagination and creativity, to give purpose to consciousness, and celebrate life for that what it is. Each era. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To all my supporters tonight that have donated to the channel, I wish you hundredfold blessings of healing, of courage, of prosperity, and abundance. May there be mirror life, and may the magic be real, and may it bless you upon measure, double for your trouble. As above, so below. As within, so without, so it is. I ask the Divine Light tonight to show my subscribers, my members, my supporters, the magic that is you, the magic of inspiration, strength, clarity, the truth, the love, the unconditional love that you are. Fill their hearts and souls with crystalline blessings. Let you be a confirmation to their path and their mission. Help them to see the path forward, to help guide them, and protect them on their way, keeping them 10 steps ahead of their enemies. I ask Archangel Michael to bless them as well with protection, and calling on any other angels that might be of need for a situation. And let the darkness flee, for it belongs nowhere near. Let it go back and vanish from whence it came. And let ill will or evil eye be automatically transmuted into blessing, and any ill will residue be sent back to send bound to them until they learn perfect love and perfect trust within their heart. And let it be an instigator of their own healing, to bring the light within them and exorcise the evil and darkness from within them, to rise up and be the best version of themselves. I pray to the universe, the celestial guardians, the most high source consciousness of life itself. May you blanket the collect peace of mind in their heart, peace of mind and love in their heart. I ask of you to diffuse and diminish any wars currently ex- exercising their mayhem across the world. May it come to a stop. May the white flag be flown. May it be done in the midst of saving humanity. And may people find peace in Mother Nature. That's how you pray. Jesus is my Savior, is not my Savior. I walk in the footsteps that is other. He leads me through the darkness as He light that I follow. Emily, you're such a tease. So, I've been smoking since I was 9 years old there, no love. And I'll tell you right now, um, I smoke to keep the nightmares away. The nightmares are debating. So I'm probably the only one that smokes it medicinally. Yeah, 9 years old, and I'm 40 now. Not that I'm bragging or anything. It's not the whole thing. You know, if life wasn't such a fucking nightmare, I could probably quit smoking. But, you know, with the job I have, there's certain things that I'd just rather not see. And I'm kind of retired on that aspect. You know, people want my gifts, they can have theirs. See how that works out for them. John, who do you want me to summon? Do you want me to summon your mother? I'm an absolute delusional joke. You're not the one I've spooked. You're one late to the silly hat party. Without a silly hat. Like you couldn't even show up with a wizard hat. Just showing up with no hat. Oh yeah, gullible people, yeah. Okay. You're making yourself look ass, John. Because you're the new one here. Right? You've probably got many people here looking at you, just giving you the look right about now. So you're the gullible one, really. And greatly deceived. I don't scam people. Stop projecting your bullshit onto my chat. Because you're a scammer yourself. Hey Shelly, how's it going? Hey Jeff. Going around into people's chat. Saying people are a scammer when they don't have any fucking clue as to what they're talking about. Who paid you? Who paid you to come to my chat and say that? Clearly you're getting paid by someone. Because really, if you actually had a head on your shoulders, you wouldn't go on a chat like that and embarrass yourself on your own integrity like that. Or lack thereof. I find it hilariously embarrassing for them. But for everything else, there's MasterCard. Oh, pretty to tell. Go ahead, I didn't want you subscribed to me anyway. Didn't like your energy. That's quite alright. You go, you do you, babe. Enjoy your night. Some people's children, man. Quiet culture, hello. I'm wishing you many blessings, my dear. I hope you're doing well. And yes, I remember you. Right? Voodoo hobby. I love the creative aspect to that there, John. Yeah. I have no use for voodoo. It has its place, but I have no use for it. Not when I've got the protection of God. I don't quite frankly need it. Although Big Buzz is a contender. Hey Jay, what's going on? Gabrielle? Oh, things are top tip shape. Just waiting on Spirit another message as to what the next plan is. I'm just waiting patiently. Everything's trickling down. The light is in the wind. We all on planet Earth should be absolutely celebrating right now. Worldwide. We should just grab a whole bunch of celebration kind of aspects and just have a big old party worldwide. Just put the fucking guns down and party. Have a big old celebration of life. Make it a whole week long. You're like, Aiden, do you see the news? Do you see what's happening worldwide? Yes, I'm very aware. I'm very aware. All this mayhem and chaos that needs to stop. This is why we need to celebrate life and eat life for what it is instead of blowing everybody else's place up. I watched those videos and did a bunch of research on that, and it truly does explain a lot about my past and current times. Thank you for that stuff. I'm so happy for you, Emily. Extremely happy for you. My heart is filled with joy for you. That is so awesome. I'm so happy. Today is bad. We gotta take the good with the bad, unfortunately. But it's all in how you reacted to the bad, Shelley. This is the whole thing. This is why I've been saying use your discernment. Use your discernment. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. With the divine light within you. And if you can't find it, it's probably shrouded by trauma. And this is from the failure of looking within and dealing with it and healing it. It's only going to be a blissful life if you allow it. If you're constantly in that doom and gloom and allowing it to be something of pain, that's what it's going to be. went out. I gotta get some money stocked away for the fortress. I'm already working on some designs. It'll be the chosen compound, and it'll be a refuge for chosen ones. A place of peace, a place of rest. Confirmation. Have a good night, Gabriel. Sweet dreams. Alright, so anybody has any questions for me? I kind of missed out on the chat for a bit. What's going on, Shelly? You could message me later if you want. We can have a little chat on the phone. I don't know what's going on, but I need to get some land. I need to get some land and build a wall. It's gonna be the best looking wall ever. It's gonna have barbed wire and broken glass, broken shards of glass. It's gonna have a moat with alligators, maybe some sharks if they'll let me. There's only gonna be like 2 doors in and out, complete with a spa and corn maze and big huge pit with a gazebo. Yeah, lots of fun. A natural waterfall and a hot tub. Yes. Yes, indeed. Sometimes you gotta learn their tactics. Sometimes you gotta learn the game that you're playing. Sometimes you gotta find the truth and keep your mouth shut. Sometimes you have to wear that mask that they're wearing, where they are wearing that mask to deceive you. You're wearing the mask to save your life. There's a difference. Sometimes you have to wear that mask for a little while until you get yourself a way out. Sometimes you gotta play the character, sometimes you gotta play the part. And it's usually after you have a revelation and an awakening to the truth that you're basically dating a psychopath, a sadistic, malignant psychopath. And it's either you snap out like they want you to, because they always love being the victim. But I found out they've lied through the whole relationship all this time, only to find out they basically deceived you, told you wanted to hear in order to get what they want. And you sit there with this truth. You can either snap out or say, fine. And you call your power back and you cut all emotional ties to them by saying nothing at all. You silence and you nothing them. And they feel that. And when they find that they're losing control, they'll come back and hoover you. They'll ask you, oh, what's wrong? You okay? And they'll try to get back in your good graces again by telling you what you want to hear. Because heaven forbid you remove the clutches out of your arm. Heaven forbid you cut those cords. Heaven forbid they lose control. So you play a part. Everything they could ever wish for in a person. You play that part. You cater to them. You show them you show them the integrity that you have. You show them the compassion that you have. And give them absolutely everything. Give them spoonfuls. Give them bowls full of this compassion and love. Give them the love bomb that they love bombed you with to hook you. You love bomb them. But you basically love bomb them back to the point where you show them who you really are and what they're going to be losing. You show them through the dedication of all that you've done to make something, to be a part of, to be of support. You show them how amazing you are. The whole idea is to outshine them and make them realize that, you know what? Yeah, you are the fucking bee's knees. You are the queen. You are the king. You are that empress. You are that emperor. You show them what you're capable of. You show them what they're going to miss out on when you finally nothing them. And then you ghost them, just like they ghosted you. Came back and rid you. So show them what they're going to miss out on and ghost them. But the whole thing is right, they do all this game to manipulate you, to have you on tap for whatever they want you, right? Not realizing that your cutoff game is a lot stronger. It's a lot more sturdy. But when you ghost them for real. You nothing them. They're worth. Why? Because they deceived you, because they lied to you. That's why they're worthless. And they get to sit in their actions that they tried to project and reflect and deflect to you. And they get to eat their fucking words. They get to eat their words. Oh, Roger. Roger, Roger, Roger. Am I triggering you or something? Hmm, probably. Exactly. So that's why you cut them off. And then they can't use you as a battery anymore because you're not reacting to their bullshit. You're totally aware of their bullshit. And anything they come at you with, whether you're with them or not, you block them. You give them no explanation. You don't have to explain yourself anymore. Yes or no. If they can't ask you yes or no questions, then that's fine. They weren't very good at communicating to begin with, right? You're there pouring out your heart to them, thinking that they're going to pour their heart and reciprocate, and they just give you these one word answers. And they don't really have a comment on anything because really they're that empty. They're really that empty. They really don't have a comment to it because they've got nothing in there. All they've got in there is what's been programmed. That's it. They've just got the program. They don't have a conscience. See, that's the thing. Once you get the awareness of what you're dealing with, and once you play the game right back at them and you deceive them just like they've deceived you, but they're deceiving you to take control and manipulate you. You're basically deceiving them to get yourself free, right? There's a difference. And that's how you use the playbook that they're using with you. They basically teach you how to get yourself free if you really look at the situation. They teach you the playbook in in what they use in order to get their manipulation. You use that same playbook to release yourself from that. You play them at their own game, but instead of to manipulate them, you're playing it to release yourself, and that's how you transmute it. See, the thing is that one particular ex that I had to deal with, they tried to manipulate me financially. Okay, so anything that I was to ever purchase, it would had to be thought of that it would be for both of us, or for the house, or for him, right? So because of this, I wasn't able to ever buy anything for myself. Anytime I ever bought anything for myself, it was a big, huge issue. And even when I was buying anything for myself, I was still buying things for the house. I was still buying things that would be better utilized. It would be like for the kitchen or whatever else, right? Because I was the cook. I was the one that did the cooking. So it's like, fine. But if you were put in a position where you were catering to their needs and catering to them, you cater to them like they are a prince or an emperor. And you do this just before you leave, just to remind them what they're losing. But this is after you have the plan all in place, where all you have to do is make a phone call. And this is about working a plan in silence and not allowing them to have any word in the making of this plan. They have no they have no options in this plan. They are no longer a contender or sitting at the table of negotiation with this plan. This plan is solely your own. And you wait for that safety net and that time and that perfect divine moment. And this goes in along the line of trusting in the divine and the divine workings and the miracles that it's working in your life. Ultimately, we get attracted and brought into these relationships to realize our self worth and to stand up and fight and become our best version. That's ultimately why they come into our life. To some degree, they are a catalyst to our growth. And it's a hard pill to swallow. But it is what creates that warrior within. And I'm saying this because I've dealt with my whole family that way. Like, it wasn't just my ex. And I've had no other choice but to learn to adapt to these motherfuckers. Eventually, it does create a resilience, but you have to dive deep into uh, the psychology of their game and their playbook as to the reason why they do certain things. And the key is in the actions and their intentions. The thing is the narcissist would rather just waste away in front of them and let them watch you waste away. It brings them a lot of enjoyment. It brings them that there's people wasting away around them and they're thriving by all these lies and deception that they choose to spew. And this is part of the Great Awakening. And you get to the point where you realize all this for yourself. You realize the statistics of their actions and where they find their joy in other people's misery. And this is where you start to choose yourself. This is where you start to stand up. This is where you start to awaken. That I'm better than this. I didn't sign up for this. And the thing is everything that you feel in the beginning of these relationships, all they're doing is they're projecting your light back to you. They're empty shells. They have no possibility of holding light within them. They have no other choice but to give it back to you. And once you realize that there's no give and take, and it's just them giving back what you give, because they've got nothing else to give. They only can give you what you give them, because they're that empty inside. And your light and your positive energy and your love and your compassion is such a high frequency that it's almost like it bounces back. It literally bounces off of them and goes back to you. So, where you might feel that it's unconditional love, it's the love that you're giving yourself. Where you might feel that it's almost like a soulmate connection, it's because you're connecting to yourself and you are recognizing that energy that is within you. That's why it feels like home. And once you come to realize this, everything changes. Once you come to realize this, you awaken. You start to empower yourself. You start to dig deep. And some of the things that you will realize are infuriating. And it's going to get to the point where you want to snap. And your patience will be tested over and over, and for a change of pace, over again. And the trick is to gray rock it. It is what it is. And this is where you start to cut your cords. This is where you pull your energy back. This is where you return to sender. Any projections, anything that they say is now null and void. Anything and everything that comes out of their mouth is a projection. It is nothing but a projection of themselves. And this is where you realize they are projecting all their insecurities. And this is the way they express themselves because they can't take accountability for it. So that's why they project it onto everybody else because the pressure is building so high that they need somehow some sort of out. They need some sort of release. And because they don't want to reflect and just take accountability for it, they would rather project it onto other people instead. So that way they can feel better about themselves. So this is when you're brought to a choice. Are you worth it? Are you strong enough? Are you able to invoke that inner warrior? Do you still have a plan? Do you still have a life left to live? Is there something else out there for you? Something better, something more magical, something filled with possibilities that would be in more aligned, more like your wheelhouse or your alignment? Is there still possibility of you jumping timelines to your highest timeline to live out your best life and celebrate what you have left? Breaking free from the shackles? Are you worthy? Sit back with the possibilities. Dream big. Go big or go home. Or go big or stay in the shit pile that you are. Get inspired and don't look back. It's not worth it, whether they're clawing at your heels or not. Dive deep into your subconscious and heal the pain within you and heal the triggers. You got something that'll trigger you, heal it. That way it's no longer there. Nobody can trigger you. You can do this while you're there because it gives you a reason to plug forward and to keep going, to stay focused. And once you get to the point where you can stand on your own 2 feet, you make your jump, you make your move, and you don't look back. 888, you're divinely guided. 444, you're divinely protected. And 222, you're into some major changes, and divine messages are on your way. Yeah, the best thing to do is not block them. And the reason why I say to not block them is because they're going to stalk you anyway. And you're better off allowing them to stalk you on their own account rather than having to make another account. But if you block them, then they'll make another account and then they'll be able to catfish you. But to some degree, if they're that obsessed, they're going to catfish you anyway. So that's why you need to work in silence. And you don't tell anyone, not even your friends, not your family, not anything. The only ones that know are the people that you are working with, that you're working with. Like if you have a, to some degree, you really can't trust anybody. But to some degree, there will be a certain few out there that you can rely on that are of no association to the person you're dealing with, might I add. And this is someone that might be trustworthy, that you've known a long time, that is opposed to your person you're leaving, preferably. But once you get your plan all in order, don't jump ahead. You make sure your plan is all in order, all your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted, and everything is in place. And you don't move forward until it is. You need to have patience, you need to have courage, and continue to focus on your plan. Because there is no talking your way out of it. Specifically when you're dealing with a psychopath and someone that's obsessed with you. Preferably, you want to make sure that they're going out and getting a job, or they're working, and you work within those hours while they're working. And you can use your independence as a strong footing too, as well. That you've lost your sense of independence. So you could either get a job, or they can get a job, or whatever the case may be. To have some space to yourself in order to be able to breathe and not have to walk on eggshells all the time and walk around looking like a fucking pretzel, shaping and forming into who they want you to be. Meanwhile, maybe you just want to sit on the couch and watch the game one day, or, maybe you want to focus on a hobby one day, but no, you have to sit there catering to them. And I'm all for, treating your spouse or your significant other with a lot of care and compassion. I'm all for it. But as long as there's an equal give and take. When it's all one sided, that's a karmic succubus, energy drainer, vampire kind of situation. And it's a no win situation for anyone but the vampire. A little bit of a sneak peek to the Karmic Divine Relationships Workshop. Shall I touch into that a little bit? Because that's the next thing coming up, if you're interested. Taking a look at the karmic energy and what it signifies, taking a look at the divine energy and what it signifies, and where do you land in the grand scale of all that. Yes, I know it's my channel, but I have subscribers that I'd like to, you know, cater decent information to. But I'm not going to cater it to people that just don't wrap their head around it. That's all, or that are not interested in knowing. Just saying. I'm reluctant to know what joke you're talking about. I'm a little nervous. Northland Outdoors, welcome in. Aw, Chris, are you jealous? Do you wish you were that guy running around naked? Or is that part of the joke? So, karmic energy is based on trauma, it's based on lies, and it's based on the negative aspects of betrayal. When you're in your divine energy, when you're thinking of the divine, this is someone that has done the healing, that has went into their subconscious and themselves to step into their highest timeline. Karmics, they could be in the frame of mind of a narcissist. It's either that or they're broken or they're necessarily balanced. However, it doesn't mean they're lesser of, it's just meaning that the energy that they're currently in. Now, anyone and everyone has the option to change that energy. They have every right and every reason to heal that energy, step into their divine light. But it takes self-worth and it takes dignity, integrity, and compassion and forgiveness in order to there. All the way from Windsor, Ontario. Welcome in, Alexandria. I hope you're well. Yeah, it's been definitely a long stretch of interesting weather. It's going to be tapering off pretty soon. We're finally moving into fall season. It's going to probably end to the late November, early December. Yep. I don't think we'll start to see snow in the northern hemisphere unless you have snow for quite a while. Like if you've got ski slopes, not you might see snow. But for the most part, I think we won't see snow until that's going to stay until maybe mid to late November, early December. It'll give the leaves a chance to transition and fall. But karmics, they try to emulate the divine, some of them as a deception, and some of them to emulate to rise above their karmic energy, to try to mask their karmic energy. Some of them do it unknown, someone do it intentionally. Right? A lot of them do it to manipulate and make them better than themselves, make them better look better than themselves. Get a leg up on the divine energy and they try to shortcut it and they fall flat on their face. And this is why they have so much karmic chaos going on. It's going to be pretty mild winter. It's going to be cold temperature wise, but I don't see there going to be a lot of snow. We're going to have to deal with the temperatures, the negative temperatures more so. than the snow. There might be a couple wallops, but it won't stay long. When two people heal and they step their divine energy, literal magic happens. When the karmics are having a baby, they create chaos. This is why I think Tinder's a bad idea, because it removes sacred energy within that connection that you would have with someone, and it's brought to a lust level rather than a compassionate, loving level. Going having multiple partners is probably the worst idea that you could ever have, because you are sharing, not only you're sharing your sacred essence with someone else, but they're sharing their sacred essence with themselves. And if you're a bunch of hoes in a handbasket, then you're sharing the energy that you've received and given from others. And some of this energy is rather evil, dealing on a low vibration, karmic kind of level. And this is where you get into spiritually transmitted demons taking hold and possession body. And when you're in your karmic energy, you are more susceptible and less protected than you would be in your divine energy. And this is why they call it the south and north node, because when you're in your south node, you're in your karmic energy. When you're in your north node, you're in your divine energy. When you're more in alignment with your pathway, when you're more in alignment with your purpose, you are in your divine energy, which is protected. The moment that you drop down into your south node, you're able to be manipulated and you're more susceptible to problems. So it's important to keep your energy and your vibration high, so that way you cannot manipulate it. You notice how you're in your karmic energy and you tend to be manipulated. It's because you're hurting it, because you're in pain and you're suffering and you're not dealing with it. So find out where you are on that playing field and go in the direction of your divine energy. Now, being in your divine energy, this is you finding your self worth to the point where you don't necessarily need to find a partner. Okay? Because you are trusting in that divine light that you are going to attract that part to you. And by divine intervention, that perfect person that's vibrating on your frequency will come into your life just like magic. And this is where you see the soulmate union. This is where you see the divine union, because it was divinely orchestrated. The karmics, in the karmic energy, you're constantly in this pick me energy, and you're going around and you're feeling what's good and you're dealing with that karmic frequency that you're on. So all you're doing is getting a lot of what you already know, what you already have, and what you've already experienced. And this is why you feel that you're in a rut, because you're not working on yourself. As soon as you start working on yourself and you start to raise your frequency, you start to meet different types of people. And these different types of people, they are a little bit more sound mind. They're a little bit more healed within themselves. They're at a higher vibration. And it's because you're meeting that through the work that you do. You might want to rewind this video. You came in a little bit later there, Alexandra. If you need some pointers, you're welcome to reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram. Same name. Yeah. Everything usually tends to fall into place when you're in your divine energy, when you're heading to your north node. It's all in direction, it's all in intent. You're working towards your divine energy when you start to take action within your own life, your own experience. When you start showing up for yourself and start to fill your own cup rather than trying to expect other people to fill it for you. And then things start getting easier because you feel more empowered, because you're working towards something substantially more solid. It gives you that much more strength within you to keep going, allowing you to finally leave the past behind you. I've been dropping a lot of Easter eggs tonight, so I hope you guys are listening. It's almost as if I've shone the light on the map. You word your divine energy, be looking for the divine in your life, show up and to work miracles. But you have to bring your mind and your heart to that frequency, right? You hated your last job. It's you were going in the wrong direction. Once you went within and found out what you were wanting to focus on, you go towards that and things start starting to get better. Wake up in the morning with a little bit more self-worth in your heart. The divine believes in you whether you believe in it. The divine gives life. The divine gives you purpose. The divine gives you reason. The divine gives you free choice. Building myself up one day at a time. Feel like deep to decompress. Ah, Maximilian, you're always welcome here. I'm glad you're here. You're not alone. Wow. Yeah, Alexandra, that's a good way to put it. It's one thing to be a Christian, it's another one to be Christ-like. See, the whole thing is wasn't meant to be worshipped, all right? Yes, hear his voice, hear his word, hear his message. It was filled with compassion, respect, love, it was felt with, forgiveness and humility and gratitude. That was his message. And certain people didn't like that message because it removed the control. And that's why he was put on the cross. He was put on the cross not for people's sins, but he was put on the cross because he was making a difference. And he was removing the control from the current conquerors at the time. And the only way to sway and deceive was to create a book in his supposed honor and make him into an idol that he was not ever supposed to be. We're only supposed to believe in the divine light, and that divine light is within us. And we've been deceived for millennia to think that we need to pray outside of ourselves, and to think that we have no power, to think that we have no strength. The strength comes from within us, and it's been God given, it's been source given, it's been divinely given. Our minds, our hearts, our souls, it's all divine. Confirmation. And the moment we realize that that holy grail has always been within us this whole time, and it's whether or not we keep it and hold it sacred within our heart space. If we were to hold that unconditional love that we have, our would be such a different place. Our connections that we have with each other would be so much more rich, so much more sick. A lot of the mediums out there and channelers out there, I give them validity, something to offer. Um, I no hate on them, just as long as they deal their channelings with authenticity. That's all that matters. I channel from many different sources, usually the upper realm. I don't go to the lower realm too much unless I absolutely have to. But I've got peeps in both in high and low places, so I'm protected all around. It's kind of ironic to have demons and angels at my bidding. And this is one of the reasons why this stupid ass black magic ain't working. People have been trying to throw magic at me for months and months and months, for years. Hasn't even touched me. It's kind of embarrassing. Like, they need to go back to their fucking drawing board and learn a couple things first. And they ends up touching me anyway. I know about it. I still get a signal that it's being done, but because I'm in my divine energy, it don't work. And they keep trying to pull me down and out of my divine energy, which isn't going to work. Not when the divine involved. They're going to be in for a divine intervention if they keep up what they're doing. They've already had accountability for certain things. They've already received their karma for certain things already. And I have a feeling they stand corrected. They've been put in their place for good measure. The accountability is trickling on down, everybody. The disclosure is the tip of the iceberg. All right? When it's all said and done, you will be speechless. You might even vomit. You might already have at some point. But it is being dealt with. There's certain people in power right now that are going to be held accountable by the end of the year, and it's going to be a shock to the nation. The change of the guard is coming to mind. All you have to do is proclaim and rebuke them, Alexandria. I wouldn't worry too much. You're divinely protected anyway. Earth's angel, I see you. You've been questioning it for compassion in your heart, my dear. The best yet to come. You've been waiting patiently all this time. It's not for nothing. It's not in vain. Continue to do the work. Continue to dive deep. Be courageous in your healing. I don't use Zoom. I Zoom is a cop out. It's a bunch of bullshit. On Gmail. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. And I basically just use it to post things and communicate with people. So why, if you feel like reaching out, you can use those. You can use that. Same with you, Alexandria. You're alone, my dear. I could very well have a guest on. I was debating on bringing back my two-time in tarot, where I have two tarot readers, myself and another one, tag teaming and doing readings. Kind of a fun night. It's been a while. Well, if I could get enough money going with the channel, I was debating on getting a motorhome and going on a tour. And when I come to your city, you can get a personal reading live. And if you want to be on the channel and be a part of a live collective, or I'm also offering Reiki treatments and massage as well. I do energy healing, but I don't do it usually very much over the internet. I do remote locating, I do astral healing, but that's on a point basis, and it's to people that I'm connected with. Sure, why? Anytime. Tarot is each card tells a story. Each card is another energetic characteristic or archetype. And when you lay out a spread, it tells a story. It gives knowledge and wisdom, and it's working through the divine energy that's within the ethers. It's all connected. It all depends on what energy you're calling on to communicate that message to. Preferably, you want to go towards the light rather than the darkness. And that's another thing. When you're working magic or your manifestations and you're trying to manifest your best life, and you're trying to do that in karmic energy, it usually tends to not work out the way you expect, right? Things usually fall apart, and it's because of the lack of healing. Healing is always necessary to have the upper hand in your newfound perspective through the lessons being learned. And this is what brings you into alignment towards your divine energy. So when you're manifesting in a divine energy, that's usually when things fall into place because you are in alignment to your highest timeline. And this is why when you're in your divine energy, your manifestations happen a lot quicker because you're vibing in a higher, more active, abundant energy to begin with. So it's automatically attracted to you by being in this higher vibe energy. And this is why the karmics try to do magic against people being in that karmic bitter ass energy, chip on your shoulder. And this is why the magic that you put out always basically backfires face. Because you're doing it from an ill intention, you're doing it from a low vibe energy. And this is why your magic does not work. And this is why you continuously use up all your energy, pretty well selling your soul to the darkness, instead of just staying in your own fucking lane, doing the healing like you're supposed to stay on path and your purpose and your actual mission as to why you're here. Mind your business. Stay in your lane and stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Worry about yourself. No, I'm channeling energy and I'm channeling knowledge, and I usually do it with my shut. All right, Ben? Hey, James. How's it going, buddy? You going through a lot? What's going on? Hey there, young bear. The vibe right tonight. We got some clowns coming in from time to time, but they end up leaving because they don't have the silly hat that they need. They keep coming in late to the silly hat party without a silly hat. James, what's I hear? You're doing this whole self-hate talk. You're going through a lot, and you're putting yourself through a lot. Falling for a woman that doesn't feel the same. Playing with your emotions. Yeah, because you're not focusing on your own. You're not focusing on your own energy. You're thinking you're incomplete, thinking you're not good enough to fill your own damn cup. Your self-worth is to an all-time low. It used to be a lot higher than that. And it's because you had a really shitty thing happen to you with your last relationship. They lost interest with you because you didn't heal well due to a situation. They lost interest. You tended to get a little bit more negative than they were used to, like you changed. Because they walked away, it battered on your self-worth, which you swept under the rug, decided to look elsewhere, and you found someone just like you. Found someone that mirrored exactly how you feel inside. And this is why they feel like home. Because you see yourself in them. So this is why you need to dump that cup out in the dishwasher, clean that bitch, shine that up, and hold it as sacred. Tap into the divine, tap into your higher power, cut cords, and call your fucking power back. And remember who the fuck you are, and empower yourself to step up into your divine energy and heal this karmic bullshit once and for all. And fill your own damn cup up and stop expecting other people to fill it for you. Stop asking people or implying that other people need to complete you when you're completely whole, just trauma and all. The thing is, once you heal the trauma, pressure releases. So be courageous. Your destiny waiting. And you have every reason to keep going. Gumba, what's going on? Love and light to you too, my friend. There, Kurt. Hope you're doing well tonight as well. Thank you for joining us. I don't know what song you're talking about there, Closet Culture. Sure. So everyone, all 25 of you, step into your divine energy. Your destinies are waiting. The whole part of this healing is to get you step into your mission. Everybody's mission, our main mission is to raise the frequency of Mother Earth through the service of humanity. That is our main purpose, to live our best life. Sister had a stroke. She survived, thank God. She had to learn to talk and walk, eat all over. Makes me hurt a piece out of my heart. Hmm. Enough. Usually I would have compassion, but I have this inkling that it might have been karmic related. It very well could be karma from a past life that she didn't deal with through her soul, that she may have, you know. But I see her making a full recovery. It's going to take her time. I think it humbled her. I think it's brought her to a new understanding. But I have compassion. I wish her healing. This is the thing, right? Even all my enemies that are after me in this one way competition and all this bullshit, this hate that they have towards me and envy and jealousy and all this bullshit. I wish them healing as well. There is no hate, there is no pain, there is no hostility. I just wish them well. I wish them healing. Some of them, yeah. Because of their deeds, yeah. The divine does. Karma will. And again, it goes back to your karmic energy, your divine energy. Anybody that's going to wreak havoc on a divine being when they're in their north node energy, on their mission, they're on their pathway, they're in their purpose. And there's no way the divine is going to allow things to happen in a way that's going to deter them. So all these curses usually end up backfiring because they are subject due to the fact they're karmic energy. 99% of curses are karmic. So they usually blow up in their own face, whoever is the sender. Because people in their divine energy, they automatically, once they do the return to sender and the transmutation, it's indefinite. So anybody in their right mind would know enough not to do magic anything stupid in their karmic energy. But most of them don't know that. And yet they wonder why all the magic blows up in their face. It's quite funny. It's hilarious. This is why I've been saying it's predominantly important to heal. So that way you can step into your energy and start manifesting. Because that's the next step. And this is why you need self-worth and empowerment. So that way you can use that with your creativity and imagination. And part of the idea of healing your childhood wounds is to unlock your imagination again and to bring that back online. Because imagination is what is lost when you're in your karmic energy. So when you step into your divine energy, your creativity and your imagination comes back online again. By filling your own cup, James. By loving you for who you are. Nurturing the truth that is you. Stepping into your authentic skin without a mask, without any insecurities, without any triggers. And having the ability to sit with it really and learn it and understand it from many different perspectives so that way you can heal it once and for all. Then the triggers, they don't become become wins. They become a success. It's the shining of the light on the darkness and making the darkness flee. raising your frequency and shining your light so those that are in it can see, leading by example, not only empowering yourself, but by leading by example, you're empowering others around you. And it goes out like a ripple effect. You make an impact in people's lives without even realizing it. I'm clearly not from this matrix that we are residing in here in the 3D on this earth. I am definitely from a different world. We are the ones we've been searching for. We've always been the ones we've been searching for. It's just the belief in that which is us is paramount to our progress. One day, one moment, one breath at a time, my people, my tribe. At this point, my friends, I think I'm going to bid you adieu and tap on out for the night. I thank you for joining me and so much for the ongoing support. And if my message has moved you at all tonight or throughout any of my other videos, and you would like to state your piece on how I might have impacted your life in some sort of way, you can head on over to the community tab and be a part of the 10,000 reasons. And you can make your mark and make your step for all the haters. And it also helps me to take stock in all the hard work that I've done to try to help you as well. And that I'm doing my job and following the mission. And I'm not necessarily looking for validation. I'm just making sure that you're all paying attention and, we're all going to make it out of here alive. So I would love your input and your perspective on how I may have influenced your life in a positive way, mainly to show the haters why I'm here. I had someone stop into my chat last night stating that they paid $20 for 1,000 subscribers and that they would be showing up within 24 hours. And I proceeded to tell them to get their money back and that I'm not interested. And they proceeded to be hidden from my profile. And I told them to give my chat. So I would like to know, out of the 10,000 and some odd plus subscribers, which ones are real and which ones are bots. So far, I have a average between 20 and 30 subscriber interactions across my posts. That's on my community tab. So I figure there's at least 20 to 30 people actually paying attention out of the 10,000. I presume a lot of you are in healing and hermit and time of compassion to yourself, which I'm totally grateful for that. And I hope that everything is going well for you and to be compassionate and loving to yourself and the ones around you, and to come on back anytime you feel you want to jump behind. That's what I'm here for. And I want to hear how I've touched life. I want to hear the impact that I've made in your life. I want to honor that. And that's why I posted that page and that post. So stand your ground in your statement. I'm patiently waiting. And on that note, my friends, my tribe, my supporters, my members, my beautiful souls, my beautiful people, I love you. Thank you so much for your support from the bottom of my heart and soul. Laura, you're literally just coming in when leaving. It's unfortunate. But you can go ahead and rewind and watch the chit chat if you like. You're welcome to reach out to me, Alexandra. Check out my description box too as well if you'd like to do a reading. You're not alone. Stay strong. Be good to yourself if you can't be. All right? And I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good evening, everyone. Thanks again.